Oh, my goodness, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Open Podcast. I'm Hunter Boris.
And I'm Forrest Bob. How are you guys doing today? We have a lovely, amazing, beautiful, sexy guest today.
Just amazing.
My God.
Oh, goodness.
I've never been more excited to do a podcast in my entire life.
Oh, my
Same.
God. Sexy.
I'm moist.
Wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that adjective.
Beautiful.
We have the great Libbie Higgins, everybody.
Give it
oh,
up
my
for Libbie
goodness
Higgins.
gracious.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
In
Finally
the
have some
presence of royalty.
star power in this fucking
Exactly.
studio.
I feel good.
I feel like you guys are bringing me up because you're going to bring me down during this. You're going to roast me.
Yeah, we really, yeah. All right, now everybody get her.
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's
Ugly.
Not what we're
Okay.
here for.
No. You know what we were just talking about right before it came on was that this is news to me. I didn't know this Bonnie Blue, or what's the other girl's name?
Lily Phillips.
Yeah, she had to go to the hospital for internal bleeding after fugging these 1,000 men. Who would have thought that would have consequences?
I wonder how many seconds each guy gets.
So it's a
she
minute.
had a time 1 minute.
It's a minute.
That's fine for most dudes.
Hey, that's actually, we have some time to spare.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, you know?
You can really slow it down and take your time.
I mean, a minute is that's what's 1,000 minutes? How many hours is that?
Well, 60 divided by 1,000.
Lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a day. That's
Yeah.
fugging for a whole day.
A lot.
1,400 minutes is a day.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so just subtract that. That's about, what,
That didn't help
16
me at all.
hours? Yeah, right?
So-
I'm public school math, baby.
What if the guy gets up there and he's not ready? Does he get to go back in the line?
You get booted to the back like a
Yeah,
club?
He's like, come on, come on.
There's
Can't get hard?
no way I could get hard.
No.
You number 500. There's I guess you just like shove a snail in there for a minute and then keep it moving.
Well, you're staring at another guy's butt the whole time.
Yes.
Standing in line.
And it's
So,
just dicks everywhere because there's way more dicks than there is girl. There's one girl, 1,000 dicks.
Do you imagine the smell?
That's exactly what I was going to say is the producer who produced it said that he like had to leave and puke. And then the girl said that she goes smell blind, which I didn't even know that was a thing.
Wonder if it smells like ass.
It's got to be worse.
I think the cum was what that producer was talking about. That the overwhelming smell of cum.
Stench. Oh, Christ.
Well, hopefully they're using condoms, so you're not
They
smelling
weren't.
too.
They
In the
weren't.
video that I saw. Yeah. Yeah, they were not. And, by the way, how do you expect me? I can't last a minute with a condom on. How do you expect me to get? I mean, you're really cutting the time in half.
Raw dogging that many guys.
Yeah, you're catching something.
I mean, she must have been bleeding like 100 in.
I can't even imagine. I can't. I can't even fathom the thought of doing that. By the way, if you're her mom, what do you like? If you're a parent of somebody that does
There's not anybody who would be disappointed in their daughter wouldn't have a daughter that would do that.
that, I think you're right.
I'd be proud, because she's setting a Guinness World Record, I'm assuming.
That's true. No,
That
it
is
was.
true.
It was a world record.
And the neighbor's kid, has he ever set a record? No.
That's
No.
true.
Yeah, she's a whore for free.
That's
little,
true.
Little Timmy next door, he does nothing.
Yeah.
Well, she was a teacher before she did that, apparently. So, like, can you imagine, like, being in high school now and be like, that was my teacher doing that?
That would be so hot.
That would be the
Yeah.
hottest thing that could ever happen.
That's what they say. I used to teach school.
Did you?
Yeah.
How many students did you sleep with?
Well, none,
Oh.
thankfully.
Thankfully. Hey, you could have been missing out.
I taught special ed, so I was not going to exploit the children,
Yeah.
That's actually very good on your part. Yeah, that makes more sense now, actually.
Wait, I didn't know you taught special ed.
Yeah.
How long did you do that?
22 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Where? In St.
St.
Louis or here?
yeah.
Okay. St.
How'd you
Louis.
know that?
You know.
You
just
guys
did
know
some-
facts about
That you're from St. Louis. I actually had a
What'd you
couple
look-
St. Louis questions.
Yeah.
What'd you do on a Wikipedia?
Do you think we're going to have Libbie Higgins on and not know a little something? I mean, come on.
I don't know, man.
He said, I don't know.
I'm just freeballing through life, so the fact that you guys knew that is impressive.
No,
Yeah.
I knew you were from St. Louis. I also know because I have a couple friends from St. Louis. It's known for like very weird food combinations
Yeah.
and like fried ravioli and stuff. What's your favorite St. Louis
Fried ravioli is
dish?
delicious.
It's
Favorite
not bad.
St. Louis is the fried ravioli,
Okay.
but also gooey butter cake.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had
Gooey
that.
butter cake.
It's just a lot of like dense, sugary
Mm.
dessert cake.
Did Paula Dean invent that? That sounds.
that does sound like
that
some.
sounds like.
I want to say the N word and have some gooey cake.
Right. That sounds like a good time to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's a national treasure.
That national. That's what the N was for.
Yeah. I actually wanted to rank. I looked up because I did know that they had some disgusting food combinations. Give you some gross food combinations I looked up, and we rank our favorites.
Okay.
Or just give a yes or no on this. So the first one I had was peanut butter and pickle sandwich are very hot right now on TikTok. How does
Huh?
That's real.
That's real. So that sounds disgusting to me. So we'll rank these like 1 through 5. Avocado chocolate mousse.
Okay.
Peanut butter sriracha sandwich.
Sriracha.
Yeah, sriracha. Soy sauce and chocolate milk, and balsamic vinegar and ice cream. Those are all banging on TikTok
God.
right now. Yeah.
Wait, those are all St. Louis ones or just weird?
No,
food
no, just
concepts?
weird in
Oh,
general.
Okay.
No, they're
Yeah,
not all
yeah.
St. Louis.
She's like, I haven't heard of these cuisines.
They're all of them are disgusting.
They are all disgusting. I would say peanut butter and pickle, I could eat.
What was the avocado one?
Avocado and chocolate mousse.
I mean, maybe, because avocado's so bland.
That is true. I actually love avocados, but the thought of that and chocolate mousse together is repulsive.
Yeah.
They're pairing a good, healthy, nutrient-dense food with something fucking disgusting.
Yes.
Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
say whatever you
you
want.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, pussy.
Yeah.
I love coming in this room and saying pussy
Yes.
more than anything.
It's the best. This is the pussy room.
This is the pussy room, the Bonnie Blue room.
Oh.
Every time we say it, the owner of this room, I won't say his name,
Yeah.
he gets like a little, and he doesn't know what it is.
He
He's
can
just
feel
like,
it. He's in traffic.
It's a little voodoo ball. We go like, fuck, cunt. He goes,
Oh,
you think the worst is? We take the Lord's name. God damn it. He does full convulsion.
Keep having these
passes out.
spasms. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I would say peanut butter and pickle, it would be the best of those to me. Avocado, chocolate mousse. That sounds like the worst.
mm-hmm.
No, what's the ice cream and balsamic? That doesn't.
Ice
sound
cream
good.
and balsamic vinegar.
That sounds bad.
It sounds terrible, but I feel like ice cream is so good that it could mask
Right.
the balls. That's how good ice cream is like,
I don't disagree with that.
I feel like you could piss in ice cream a little bit and I could
And
still eat it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because remember when they came out with the donuts with the maple and the bacon, and everybody's like,
Mhm.
oh,
No, I love
but
that.
it's actually good.
It's, yeah, because chocolate covered bacon was one of these on here, but I'm like, that's just good.
That's just regular.
Yeah. Bacon is one of those foods you can put in every single thing.
It really is.
I can't think of one thing you couldn't have bacon with.
Yeah, and bacon and ice cream, and then that's like Five Daughters Bakery. That is their staple thing.
I would do that. I would do bacon ice cream.
Yeah,
Five Daughters Bakery.
yeah, that's like, you know.
Sounds naughty. Daddy's little baker girls.
Oh,
Bake something up for Daddy today.
girls, y'all got the dough ready?
It's funny you said
Yeah,
that because
Daddy.
they do have a picture of the Five Daughters up at the stores, and they are all hot as fuck.
Whoa.
They're all under 18, I think. Too,
No,
so that's what
only-
makes them really hot.
Only 2 of them.
No, no. Yeah, 2 of them are hot.
Guys love underage women.
Well, hey,
God, why do they?
I love generalizations, but I'm not going to be lumped into that one. Have you ever tried to talk to an 18-year-old?
She didn't say we like talking to them.
Well, there's steps from what I hear.
They're prime for it. It's funny. My dad said that not as a joke the other day. He goes, "It is so strange that there's like this 18 law," and he's like, "Girls are supposed to get pregnant when
What's
they're
your
like
dad's
14."
phone number? Let me,
Oh,
let me
dude.
report him. to-
334.
Yeah. Do it.
He's been happily married for many years,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't think.
but they did meet when she was 14.
By the way, where you're from, it's still 16.
It is
So,
still Alabama age of consent is 16 years old.
Yeah. Isn't that gross?
I gotta go back.
Isn't that gross, Libbie?
And you can still marry your first cousin there.
That's grosser than a peanut
That's
butter
hot.
pickle sandwich.
Where are you from here?
Memphis.
Okay.
Yep. So
Spent a lot of summers there.
did you?
Got molested there.
Oh, well, that sounds like a good summer of 08. It's a fun summer.
I'm sorry his dad did that to you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I need to give him a call after. You can report both our fathers after this show. Give them both a report. Wait, why were you in Memphis? Were you working or
My
just...
grandmother, my mom's mom and dad lived there.
Okay, so St. Louis to Memphis, you're really in the hot spots.
In the hot spots, then my other grandparents lived in Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay, yeah, I'm very familiar with Jackson. I have some people that I know in Medina, Milan area.
Don't know what that is.
It's Jackson. It's deep in
Jackson.
the woods.
Jackson.
Yep, it is. But Memphis is whatever. It's fine.
It
Food's
stinks.
okay. Yeah, it's not.
Are you old enough to remember the Hickory Mills Mall?
Yeah, of course.
Or is it Hickory Hills Mall?
Well, there was the Hickory Hills Mall was.
That was busing.
It was
Back
bussing.
before things were busing.
Why was it bussing?
It
Just
was
a mall,
fun.
you
Yeah.
know?
No, my family always talked about that. Raleigh Springs Mall is what we live behind, if you remember that.
Mm-mm.
Growing up off the Jackson exit. Yeah, it's irrelevant. But yeah, it's the only good thing about Memphis is food. And like St. Louis is kind of the same deal, except St. Louis is bigger and cooler.
What's Memphis known for? Barbecue?
Shootings.
Well, kind of like
Showboat?
St. Louis, yeah.
Is there Showboat barbecue?
There was, yes.
It's gone.
I think so. I could be wrong if I'm wrong. Sorry,
It's-
Showboat.
It's good. It's weird because I was always the young person and now I'm the old person, and that's weird.
You're not old.
But I mean, I'm markedly older than everybody I hang out with or know.
Okay,
That
fair
is
enough.
true.
Fair enough.
But
How
I
old
used
are
to
you?
be the 51.
Okay. How much do you weigh? No, I'm kidding.
I weigh 271.3 pounds, and I'm proud of that. It's been
Because
a
how
long.
much did you used to weigh?
373 was the highest.
That's
weight.
awesome, dude.
Whoa,
That's
Yeah,
the highest
shit.
weight I have docked.
That's awesome.
crazy.
That's badass.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
riding all those cocks.
Riding them.
He must have
just
been crushing.
I keep looking at the
Pelvises.
camera so you guys can zoom
throwing
in
a
and go
saddle. We can slow-mo on you.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
When you were at 370 and you were like in the peak of your eating, what were the vices?
the go-tos.
It was a lot of. I'm a beverage drinker, so it was a lot of just regular Coke.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I mean, I was drinking gallons of Coke a day.
Gallons?
What's
I'm not exaggerating. I would probably drink maybe 3 or 4 of these a day of straight Coke.
That's
and
crazy.
That's enough calories for one person just for food.
Is it really?
And then I was eating on top of that.
Yeah. So you didn't have to eat a ton. I mean, I'm sure you were, but
And
you didn't have to.
I've never been a big eater. I was telling you about that lymphatic
Mm-hmm.
disorder I have. I have that, which makes
Okay.
it difficult. Granted, I was not eating good things, but it was really the Coke that thousands of calories. of
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And it's so
Cocaine.
good.
Right.
Coke is so good.
Especially fountain Coke.
Oh.
Oh God, fountain sodas. I barely drink soda anymore, and every time I have it, it's like, oh, I could just give everything up for this.
It is like I'm breaking sobriety. That's what it feels like.
It does feel like that, yeah.
Are you sober?
No. God, no. You saw what I was doing.
Yeah,
all right.
but
That doesn't count.
yeah, no. He's still not that
Fair
kind
enough.
of sober either. I
No.
mean, soda's so bad for you. I feel better about myself, like if I have beer with a burger than a Coke.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
It's bad. But this is 0, so it has no calories. And people are going to be like, well, it's got poison. Okay, but I'm getting thinner on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want me to be. You want my body to be smaller. So don't say shit about this.
That is so.
They don't care how I'm achieving this weight loss. They're just glad I'm not as fat anymore.
of course.
They don't care.
You don't want to know how the sausage is made.
They
you know?
don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be going through a very terminal illness, and they could care less. They're
A
just like,
tapeworm.
they're like, she looks better, so we're accepting it.
Oh my God.
The stuff that I hear online about my body constantly is just like, shut up.
Do you get a lot of comments about your body?
Constant. It's like, oh my God, you look so much better. Oh my God, you lost so much weight.
But that's nice.
That's nice.
That's
It
good.
is nice, but constantly having to hear about that makes me feel very insecure about like what people thought of me before.
That is, yeah, definitely. Because I thought the same thing. I haven't lost that. I probably lost like 50 pounds.
That's a
and,
significant amount.
And the compliments that you get, where you were throwing up in your mouth every time you saw me by the jubilance on your
Right.
face that you look at me with now.
Right.
To where people say, "Oh, I don't like a gag every time you're in my presence."
And they equate a smaller body to a healthy body, but they don't know.
That is true.
They
That's
don't know
true.
what,
That is true.
what's
Yeah.
going on.
Coming from the thin community.
Yeah.
That is.
Man, fuck y'all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Little pussy ass bitch.
The thins. It's the thing of like, I'll be honest with you, I don't even really like notice if my friend's overweight because I'm just like, that's my buddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's my friend. Unless
You
we're
don't
being
see
mean to each
color,
other.
but you don't see weight.
Exactly. No, I see color, not weight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Memphis, remember.
I
But-
look at that ambiguously weighted black person. I'm terrified.
But androgynous, yeah. No, it's just weird because it's like I don't even think. But when you lose weight, then I'm like, I can tell you lost weight.
That's true. Yeah.
And from my brain, it's like I want to let you know that I know because like clearly whatever you did, you had to work for that. You had to, So it's like I don't want to be lost on.
But it could be they could have cancer and they're not sharing it with anybody.
That's a risk I'm willing to
Because people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh my God, you look so healthy."
But that's on you if you're not going to.
and
tell
I'm in the
me.
bathroom going,
take. Yeah,
Not
with
really.
gay people, it's not as much anymore. But back in the day, if a gay person was losing weight, you'd be like, good for you or worst possible
Right.
news for you?
Yeah, bad or good?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Good or bad, yeah.
Well, he knows I'm putting in the work because he saw me at the Y.
I did. That
That's
was the
true.
first time I ever saw Libbie here I forgot about this, was at the YMCA. And I was a fan of yours, and I was like, "What's the fucking Libbie Higgins doing tricep pushdowns over there?"
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
And then I saw you at the Green Light open mic the next day, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was her."
Embarrassing.
That is awesome, though.
And
Just
the
in
thing
there.
is he said, "Oh, I forgot about that. I haven't stopped thinking about it since you told me 2 weeks ago."
I did forget about that, but that is hilarious. And then you also said that you had some people really chatting you up in that YMCA.
Yeah. Older men.
Yeah, there's a lot of old guys in there.
But you like that better than the compliments, right? I mean, you cool with
No, because he said, this is when I first started my weight loss journey. He told me, yeah, you keep at it and lose 50 pounds. All these guys in here are going to be
it?
asking
Oh,
you.
Jesus Christ.
He goes, asking you out to dinner. I go, sir, the last thing I need is to go to dinner.
Yeah.
That's, not the last thing you need, but I get what you're saying.
His name's Mr. James. If you see him, say what's up. Look at me now, Mr. James.
Fuck you, Mr. James. You're never getting a piece of this ass.
Be respectful, Mr.
And,
James.
and he was trying to like mansplain doing quad, whatever that.
No, that's not right. This is how you do it. What you want to do is you want to get at an increased incline.
He told me to be careful of my knees.
This guy sounds like a.
He's an asshole.
Did he introduce himself before he started saying crazy shit, or did?
No, after, because he stood there for a while and then told me about how his wife died and just a lot of stuff. And
Did he kill her?
and the whole time I have my AirPod in my hand going,
Oh, so you're trying to.
and then I would be
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh,
Okay.
there's more. Okay, yeah, one of those.
They don't care.
You're still talking? Oh, okay, all right. I guess I'll. Stay
elderly people don't understand AirPods.
How elderly are we? Like 70?
Like 60
60?
Well, you can't tell with.
That's true.
with people.
Yes, certain people.
This is an urban YMCA that we
Is-
go to.
Yeah.
And I love that one.
That is the best one. It's
It
the one
is.
closest to my house. Now the sauna is always a fucking nightmare, and I'm a big fan of the sauna. And
Why
people
is
I
it?
thought you said sun. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, the sauna is.
it's because people in there are so gross and loud. And this is, you're gonna think of every time I go in the sauna, there's somebody in there who weighs about 400 pounds who's going like this, like massaging their feet, going, oh. Oh, every single time, dude. It's
That even
unbelievable.
makes sense.
Every time. They're doing the ball. There's one guy, this pig, I would shoot him with a gun if I could and get away with it. He sweats so much, and he has Crocs, and he picks them up and dumps them out, and
Stop
like a
it.
pound of water comes out.
Ugh.
And he'll be in there with a gun
Croc
and
soup?
and a tennis ball, rolling and moaning, and then also freestyling in between.
Oh no!
It was the dumping out of the Crocs that took me over the edge.
My feet sweat, motherfucker.
Does he have bars?
He does not have bars. Not even. He just is mumbling. Oh God, he's so bad.
That is terrible. He needs to be shot in the street.
No, I mean, there's like other people at the Y will talk about this guy. He's so disgusting and annoying.
Which level does he sit on, the first or the second?
The second, he's always on
And
second.
legs spread too, I bet.
Oh yeah.
The top level people always spread.
Hammer?
And then I'm like, right, like,
They do spread, and dude, being tight in the sauna is one of the grossest things in the world. I want to be in there so much. So many times I walk in, immediately walk out because of the
Ugh.
clientele in there. The stench too,
the
Oh.
clientele.
but also just the level of sweat in there.
Customers.
One time I dropped my water bottle behind the thing, and I
Leave it
just
there.
And, oh, I did because you hear it, and just like
Yeah.
like it sounded like I dropped it
Yeah.
in a pond.
Oh God.
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my entire life.
You can't ever clean that enough.
Oh God, no, it's still there. It's probably just melted into the back of that sauna right now.
Why? So, what is the weirdest thing you've seen? Because people, I feel like, go to the gym and do the weirdest shit. Have you seen anybody just do some weird shit at the gym?
I mean, I try not to pay attention to people because I'm scared and I don't want people looking at me. I don't want to be doing a maneuver wrong and then people are like, look at that idiot.
Okay.
But there was a guy in the sauna one time talking about how the lizard people were the one controlling the government.
Okay.
And
was
I
this
just-
me before you knew me?
Yeah, as I said, is this Forrest and Caleb in there?
I wanted to, and he was very upset about it. And I just wanted to be like, hey, dude, let them do something for a while. because
Yeah.
they're going to do a better job.
Oh, the lizard people.
The lizard people. Like, he was scared of them. I'm like, let's give them a chance.
Let's give him a chance. Now, I think his defense would be that they've been doing a bad job for a long time, and that
Oh,
it's
you're
always
probably-
been lizard people.
Right.
Aiden, what's going on back there? You all right, buddy?
You're doing bear crawls.
We just
What
looked over.
the
Our
hell?
producer's laying on the
What
floor.
the fuck is going on over
All
there?
good.
Okay, I'm happy to hear it. He's sweating a bunch. It's no big deal.
Yeah, what's going on?
Uh,
Just the jumping jacks.
we're a bunch of people in this room who sweat doing not much. I'm sweating
Just
so
sitting.
much right now. Yeah.
Just drinking a coffee. You're
Yeah,
sweating.
just drinking an iced coffee.
Where's that from?
White Bison. Hey,
Bite Wyson.
I don't
White
support
Bison.
local businesses, sorry. Is that a gas station?
no, it's not. It is, but it's attached to some gas stations. But
Like
no,
a
it's
I
not.
feel like there's a Shell that has that.
There is a few shells that have a
Okay.
White Bison, yes.
Yeah.
But it's
that's-
not. They have standalones as well.
Yeah, I like to support big guys like Starbucks.
Big guys. The big guys. The Duncans and the.
And I think we're supposed to be boycotting them, but it's all about convenience for me. I know that I can get the same thing there every time through an app, and I won't have to talk to anybody, so that's why I go there.
It is. The apps they're so lovely.
Yes.
They're ruining.
I think they're
Human
ruining society, but they
communication,
are so lovely.
We'll be dead by the time the effects really take place.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
I will be at least.
Yeah, I was
That's-
gonna say,
yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna be raising kids and talking to bleep blur.
Yeah,
robot.
that's the problem. You
Yeah.
don't have kids, but
I know. Well, we'll see.
they're all going to be hunchbacks. Like,
That's the thing. They're going to turn into shrimps.
Yeah, they are gonna be shrimps.
That's the thing. They said there's like a picture of like what a kid is going to look like in 2050, and it's essentially a shrimp.
that scares me.
It's like this, and they have these long, skinny fingers, and they're like,
Aiden's face.
yeah. It's. I have a cousin that was like is really young and is a hardcore nerd. Like started coding when he was 2, and he
Ugh.
looks like a shrimp.
Really?
Yeah, and now he's trans. I'm not even kidding.
He's transgender.
He's trans. He's a shrimp. He's a trans shrimp.
How old is he?
A shrimp?
16 or 17 now.
A shrans?
And he's
Yeah.
coding.
He's coding. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's-
coding and chopping off his penis.
He's
Well.
making some codes from himself.
Yeah,
She.
She.
She,
Yeah, I was
yes,
gonna
that's
say
true.
she.
Shit.
yeah. His name went from like Ben to Abigail or something. I can't remember.
He's gonna.
How can you not know? It's your cousin.
Well, he's not my. He's not. He's technically my cousin's kid,
Okay.
and it's
Ben
by
to
marriage. I don't know him that
Abigail's
well.
Crazy.
It's not like Benjalina or something. That's what I thought you were supposed to barely change the name.
You can change it to whatever you want.
That is
I
true.
mean, you're changing everything else.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd go like
let's do the-
Shaniqua or something.
Let's do the whole deal. You know, I think it'd be like a Tabitha,
A Tabitha.
something like that.
I got a nice fat name.
What would be your man name?
Probably like Duke.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like
Duke.
Duke.
Duke, like a German Shepherd.
Duke.
Yeah, I like that.
Strictly dog names.
Yeah.
Rex. I'm a dog now.
yeah, Rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rusty.
I hate when dogs have very human names.
What about Kevin and Gary? Got a couple Kevins and Garys in my life.
I was kidding. I love that.
Isn't that cute?
It's
and
my favorite
Gary's
thing.
the smallest dog you've ever seen.
What kind of
Gary.
dog is it?
He's a Japanese chin.
I don't know what that is.
It's just a little cute. I'll show you after.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'd love
You're
to see
gonna
it.
lose your mind.
Really?
If you like dogs, oh my.
I'm so scared I would like step on it or something.
Yeah, that is a concern.
Will Christopher Moltisanti it?
Every time I don't know that reference,
Okay.
but every time I
Sopranos,
sit down on the couch at my friend's house, I have to do a check.
That's what I'm talking about. That's in The Sopranos.
And then as I'm going down, I'll do another check.
Just to make sure he didn't run in
Right.
there.
Because they
Yeah.
can get lost back there in that
Right.
badonkadonk.
He
For
can
sure.
They
get
can
in.
hit the
He can get in
eclipse.
the crevice.
Yeah.
Crevice.
Crevices.
It goes,
Crevices.
do I sit on the remote? Oh, I killed my dog.
Oh fuck.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he got it. That's in The Sopranos. You know, he does heroin and passes out on his dog and kills it.
That's no.
She was
fun.
crawling under there for warmth.
That's really sad.
That is sad.
Never seen The Sopranos.
Wait, what kind of dog is the other one? You said Gary
he's,
and
he's also a Japanese chin, but he's a big one. Gary's this small, and Kevin is large.
okay.
I don't know why.
And you, how long have you had these?
They're not mine.
Oh. Okay.
I'll never have another dog.
Wait, whose dogs are they?
They're Chelsea's dogs.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
gotcha,
That
gotcha,
makes sense.
gotcha.
I'll
Handler?
never get a dog because Chelsea had the last dog I had to put to sleep, so I was like,
Oh,
I'll never
no.
get a dog again.
Okay. Well,
It's too hard.
It is. I do agree with you. Like when you buy a dog, you just giving yourself horrible heartbreak. Not that far down the road. Like my roommate has Bernice, and they only live for like 7 years. if you're lucky. And I'm like,
That's not long enough.
why are you doing this to
Yeah.
yourself?
No, that's terrible.
And it's his whole life. I'm like, you're gonna be absolutely crushed. And he goes, I just like how they look. I go, okay,
Okay, creep.
What is that?
yeah.
You just, yeah.
I like how
I
they
know.
feel when I stroke their back. Like, oh God.
You're
Where
not
do you
wrong.
guys live?
I live in West Nashville.
I'm in Old Hickory.
Why aren't you guys roommates?
I mean,
He's always lived by himself.
yeah.
Same.
I like
Yeah.
I like living. I would rather be poor and live alone than have a roommate and save money. At this point in my life, I'm almost 30, so I've had roommates, but I've lived on my own for like 5 or 6 years now. So I just kind of gotten used to that.
I lived in a basement for a while, and then I got an apartment so that Aiden could come over and film a podcast for me.
Hell yeah!
Let's go. Is that
Let's
true?
fucking
Yeah.
Let's
go.
go.
Because I was like, I need a studio,
That's big news.
and it never occurred to me to like get an apartment
Mm-hmm.
and to have a studio, and that's what I did.
Okay. Wait, what basement were you living in?
Chelsea's basement.
Dude, you're the best.
Because like when we all moved to Nashville, Chelsea was like, "Oh, just come live with me,"
Right.
and I was like, "Okay,"
Hell yeah!
and that's what I did. And then, like I said, I needed a studio,
That's
and,
badass.
and it made sense to like just get a 2-bedroom and have a studio.
Do you feel cool saying like what part of like what?
It's Goodlettsville,
Oh shit!
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
got
so
this.
you're up.
Great Littsville. Am I
You're-
right, guys?
Oh,
I'll tell you what, fantastic.
Yeah. You and Cammy up there.
Who?
Cameron Shep.
Yes.
He lives in there, basically,
well,
right?
Gallatin,
Yeah, whatever. Same
our
thing.
buddy Cam.
I don't. I'm bad at names, so I don't know who. that
It's
is.
fine.
No,
Yeah,
if you knew him,
it's-
you'd remember.
Yeah, you would know.
He's a menace to society.
Oh, he is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things like we all have friends that are pieces of shit. It's like he's our menace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know, all our friends have DUIs and stuff.
yeah, they're all bad people.
Mm-hmm.
Bad boys.
Yeah.
What you
Bad
gonna
boys,
do?
bad boys. How many
What's your-
DUIs do you have?
0.
That's
Good.
crazy. And you're funny?
Yeah, that is
0
true.
DUIs. Never got into any trouble as far as like jail.
Mm-hmm.
Want a mugshot.
I do too.
I have one. You don't want one.
You do? Can we
I have
see
one.
it?
It's gone now. It's the most horrible mugshot you could have
What'd you
because
do?
I got I got a PI
He
when I
beat
was
his-
18.
yeah.
Possession?
No, public intoxication.
Okay.
I just went to sleep on a park bench, me and my friend, because we got lost on the way back to somebody's apartment, and in the back of the cop car, I threw up on myself, and they took the picture of me with throw up on my chest.
Okay.
Yeah, and I told him too. I go, I'm gonna throw up, and he goes, you're not gonna throw up, and I go, I don't know why you think this is something I can control, but it's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then he pulled over after I threw up, and then they
That's
didn't
a
give.
cop for you.
Yep. Freaking pigs.
You're a little too late.
So yeah, my mugshot is not cute or funny. It's just disgusting and sad.
It's funny to us. Funny to me.
It would. I'm sure it would be funny. I mean, it
Puke
would be
forest?
so gross. Yeah,
I bet you look so.
just a
young,
little
too.
baby face. I look almost identical to how I look right now.
How old are you?
27.
Look so young.
Yeah,
He's a little baby.
Yeah, I was this size when I was like 12, and then nothing just ever changed. It's true. I always say I balled the fuck out in 8th grade football, and then everybody
Never
caught up
again.
to me. Yeah,
It's never the same.
yeah. It's sick being this size when you're that age, and then it's then you're just a fat loser.
You got big feet?
I'm a 12.
Got them New Balance on, baby.
Yeah, he's got the New
You know what it is.
I've got.
That's what it is.
Yes, that's what it is.
That is what it is. Okay, we're almost out of time here.
Wait, 30-minute podcast?
I
We
know.
wanted to. I mean,
We go over by a couple
get
minutes.
mad at him.
Yeah,
He's your
nothing
producer
crazy.
too.
Yeah.
Why would you do 30 minutes?
Get mad at him.
Talk to the audience, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. We want to.
What we got to do is enhance this podcast by 30 more minutes.
I agree, by the way.
That's the plan.
If I knew that, I would have
Not
Oh,
come.
not come, yeah.
I would have only talked about things that I felt were really important.
Well,
Is there anything important you want to get in?
yeah, come
No,
on.
but
Is there a
shit.
message you like to get across? Would you like to give your pro-Israel speech to end this podcast?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Wait, can I ask one? I do want to ask a question. What is the craziest fast food order that you? Because this is something we've talked about, and ours is egregious. What's the craziest thing where you're like, this is what I'm doing tonight? Because I've eaten 2 Subway footlongs in one sitting.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I've done
eaten,
that too.
It's not fair because look at him. Thin,
Mm-hmm.
eating 2 sandwiches.
The worst I've done is I'll create a meal with like 3 different restaurants.
Yeah, that's.
I one time did.
That's a big-
See, that's awesome.
Listen, I did Firehouse for the sandwich.
Okay.
I went to Cookout. It got chili. This was like one of the saddest days of my life. went to Cookout and got a large order of chili cheese fries, and then went to Chick-fil-A and got their large Oreo milkshake because I like
But
it.
that's not a lot of stuff.
It was a lot of stuff.
It might be a lot of calories, but it's not a lot of stuff.
I threw up later.
Okay.
Oh God.
It was a lot of stuff.
Wait, what do we have like 2 minutes left? 3 minutes left?
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
Oh,
we can hear
okay.
your order.
Do you ever do the thing where you get a couple of drinks so the people don't think you're eating all the food that you get? Because I've done that.
Like the people watching them hand the food to the window?
Well,
Like
like
behind
the workers, So you get 2 drinks and don't explain it, and just they'll be like, "Oh, this is enough food for 2 people, and there's 2 drinks, so it checks out." But they just see me in the car.
So they think you're taking it to somebody.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
such a pro move.
That is
But
a pro move.
I mean, really, they're not thinking about you.
They don't care at all.
They don't give a shit. So it's stupid to do that. It's like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that you wanted those 2 drinks anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good.
They're really good. I've also done this is probably the of like eating a meal, a regular fast food meal, and going that wasn't quite enough, and instead of just getting a little bit more or waiting a while, full another meal at a different place.
Mm-hmm.
I did a McDonald's and Taco Bell within 30 minutes of each other once.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I haven't had McDonald's in over a year,
Really?
which is crazy because that's my brand. You
I
know,
love McDonald's.
my whole thing was the McRib video, like,
That was.
The McRib is back.
and
Oh.
and I don't eat because it's so bad.
It's poison.
It tastes good though. The fries,
Oh,
I could fuck up some fries,
Oh,
I love fries.
but the inflammation that my body suffers by eating that shit is not worth it.
no.
No, it's not. I see people who like can't walk going to McDonald's every day.
Well, once you get started, you can't stop.
Get a jazzy in there.
It is a horrible, horrible drug, the fast food.
That's my favorite drug, I think.
It really is, and the more you have it, the better it tastes.
But it doesn't though. That's the thing.
Oh, you think?
Like McDonald's started to taste so disgusting to me.
Yes.
The
you're right.
meat, I'm like, what? What is? Why am
Now.
I eating this?
Yeah.
See,
The fries though, always on point.
the fries are always on point, and I've done the fries with the Subway and Firehouse as well.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I just love fries and a sandwich go so good together.
But by the time you get the sandwich, unless you get the fries second,
Your
Or
fries,
not-
you get the fries second.
okay, so that you
That
have to
makes
really
sense.
plan
The
this
fresh
stuff out.
fries, yeah.
That's some fat thinking right there,
And I'll give
and
you.
I can relate.
Yeah, the more fat thinking is everything. This is when I was at my fattest. Is every meal had to be an experience. So there's never just like, let me scarf this down real quick on the go. It's like, no. The show is picked out.
Okay.
So I'm like, I know exactly what I'm gonna eat. I know I have this episode of The Wire I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna take 3 bong rips before I even start. This is gonna be I'm gonna have fun in my sadness.
What were you feeling while you were eating it? Were you even thinking about it?
Shame.
While you're eating it, it's right when you're done. It really is pretty close to post-nut clarity when you eat like a huge meal, of right when you're done of being like, oh, what did I do? Especially if it was a lot and you're planning to have leftovers, and then you just keep going one more bite, and then there's no leftovers. But while you're doing it, it's fun, and then but then you're sad.
Oh my God. There's no shame like indulging.
Yeah, it really is. That's what worse than like drugs and alcohol to me is just going crazy with the food.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
What do you do to stop the craziness? Don't hang up yet.
I don't want to
We're
hang
not
up.
hanging up.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
we're
hang
hanging
I
up.
up.
just have one more question.
I don't wanna hang up.
What are you doing instead of that?
What
You got to go. All right,
I know. I was just saying, I don't
What'd
want to
you
get
say?
Aiden in trouble.
we got to go.
what I have to
Aiden's
do
yelling
instead
at
of
us.
that is
I'm sorry, Libby. I love you.
working out really hard to where like it was impossible to do if you did a certain amount, and then women.
Okay. And that's it, folks.
Hey,
Get
thank you
yourself
so
a
much.
woman.
Give it
Thank
up for
you.
Libby.
Hey, let me get everybody. Wow.
See you next
What
week.
a great episode.
Goodbye.
See you guys next week. Peace.